Welcome back to What Are Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Lorraine 15551, the Tier 8 French SPG, located on the northeast corner of Westfield. It's under the command of isocoated of the H-C-1 clan. Game on! Well, you can see he's got 3 marks of excellence on the barrel of that 155mm howitzer. And what you probably don't know is that he was actually on the enemy team in a battle I played just recently. Unfortunately, it didn't go well for his team, yes, because I was in a T92, and, well, although I didn't actually touch him during the battle, my team certainly did. Okay, 155mm howitzer. It's capable of doing 680 alpha, 45mm of pin, 7.6 meters on the burst radius, between 12.5 and 27 seconds of stun. First shot, direct hit! Type 63 took around for 297 non-penetrating shot, but he's backing away from that position to avoid counter battery. And he got some stun assist off that one as well. The standard reload for this Arty is 28.76 seconds. And isocoated's got 24.69. Rounds out. Another hit. 267 this time, Charioteer. We've lost sight of him, but he's obviously still stunned. He's using the stun shells for the moment. Okay, we just saw a tracer coming in from the enemy Arty, so gives us an idea where they are. They are down in grid square K1. Well, at least that's where it appears to be. Rounds out. Oh, another hit! The Tornvarn this time. 293. That's a tier 8 game with tier 8 tanks only, so he's got plenty of opportunity. He's actually in platoon with an LT-432 and a Striv S1. And you can see they're also with the same clan, HC-1. Rounds out. Well, that one's the first one that didn't actually hit, but it did do some splash. Object 252U. And again, we just saw the tracer coming in, so again, it gives us an idea that whoever the Arty, the Arty is a GW Porsche type, GW Porsche, and he's actually over in the, that's the direct hit. He's down in the corner. Yes, he just got a direct hit, but I'm not sure it was the Tornvarn. I think he splashed the Tornvarn. I think the tank that he actually hit may have been the Type 63. Because he's missing a whole chunk of hit points now. It could be one of the other ones, though. I think he hit 3 tanks together on that shot. Oh, that one overshot. RNG was not kind and said, no, you're not getting that one. We've also got a problem further south because the enemy has managed to get an ELC, the ELC M90, and at least I think it's an ELC M90. Yes, because the EBR's a bit further back. And he's actually fairly close to our guys, but he can't make it through without getting shot at. Okay, changing position again. He's knocking these trees down. But that will give the enemy Arty clues to where he is, but because there's only a single Arty, he probably won't try counter battery because there's just too many tanks he's facing. That ELC is trying to make his way through. He just got clobbered by one of our teammates, the Striv. Oh, splash kill! 73 hit points, but it is a kill. In fact, funnily enough, that's the first kill of his team. Would you believe that? Battle's been going for nearly 4 minutes, and it's taken that long for his team to actually get a kill. Now we're 3 down on the enemy at the moment, so he's going for the 252U again. He puts the shell ahead of its path, and he walks straight back into it, 207 hit points. Now, as you may know, the Lorraine 15551, they did actually build a prototype, but because it was dependent upon the Lorraine 40-ton tank, which was cancelled, the Arty never went ahead. It was designed in 1951, that's why it's got the Lorraine 15551. Oh, he's got another kill! The Type 63 this time. Yes, it was designed in 1951 after the first version, which was designed in 1950, the Lorraine 15550. They made a few changes, and this was the version they came up with. It's a fixed gun with a 15-degree arc either side, but unfortunately, because of the cancellation of the Lorraine 40 ton, it just wouldn't go ahead into production. There again, neither did the Batchat 155 or the Batchat 155-58 in the end. They both got cancelled as well, but not because the Lorraine 40 ton tank was cancelled. I think the French were looking to obtain their Arty from other sources. Okay. We're now only 2 down on the enemy, so it's a little better. That Wizzy 111 is hugging that rock for all he's worth, because he thinks that you can't lay a shell down on top of him. The trajectory of French Arties is notoriously flat, and it does make it very difficult to put a shell over a ridgeline into the enemy. He's using the minimap now to work out where the enemy tanks might be, because our guys aren't spotting as they should be. The Barask is moving up, so maybe he'll spot that Wizzy, or he might spot the T-832, the Terminator tank. That Barask is making a very brave run. I say brave because the Barask doesn't have much in the way of armor. And if he does get spotted, he's more than likely going to get hit. Oh, but tables turned. The Barask actually just took down the Object 252U, which, as we know, is the alternate version of the Defender. Okay, ready? Rounds out, looks good. It is! 237, it's another kill. That's 3 now. His platoon mates are moving about the battlefield quite freely. And we are now even with the enemy on numbers, so we've managed to claw it back. But what's better is that we've got more hit points than they have, and that puts them in a bit of a bind. And that's another direct hit, and I'm not even sure that was the T-832 that he hit. It could have been the Charioteer. Okay, we're looking at the other enemy. Oh, the Saladin just went down. Taken out by our Iron Arnie. And the Barask has just found the Charioteer and wiped him out, but he takes a round from the T-832. So, yes, it's costing some hit points, but that's another kill! Isocoated just got another one. He's got 4 kills now. He could easily get a top gun if he carries on like this. He's just picking off the enemy. There's still 6 enemies out there, but they've stripped the enemy of all of their heavies. They've only got tank destroyers mediums now. We're going by the mini-map, trying to find the Borsig. Unfortunately, we just lost our Scorpion to their Object 416. And we also, during that that brief period, we lost our LT-432. Okay, he's working on the assumption he's still near that building. Rounds out. Not sure if that did any damage, but I would have expected the 416 to hug the building itself for cover. Barask is going in for another look. He's acting as our spotter. We don't have a light tank anymore because the LT-432 was, but... And so was the Lynx 6x6 for that matter, but of course they've all gone. So the Barask is having to act like a pseudo light tank. Basically, it is a light tank anyway, because it's part of an AMX, a Batchat 12 ton. Sorry, not an AMX. Batchat 12 ton, and of course the BR-105 turret. Rounds out. He just blind killed the EBR-75 FL-10. And that brings him up to 5 kills now. 1/3 of the enemy team and just 1 short of getting a top gun. Now, he did knock the tree down, but he's actually just providing a bit of cover and also a distraction to the enemy Arty if he does try to counter battery. Okay, he's still looking at the wood. Okay, goes in, knocks another tree down. This time he probably won't need to pull back as far. He is still pulling back. I think you can now see why he has 3 marks of excellence. Because he's logically thinking his way through that. Where would the enemy be if they wanted to confine our guys? Rounds out. Okay. Well, now he is running short on shells. Only 8 of the stun shells left. 416 has come back into sight, and he's actually moved quite a way away from the village. Was at the northwest corner of the village. Going back to the mini map, use the map to tell you where the enemy might be, but use your brain to work out what sort of cover would he sit in. Well, yes, he would try to use a tree or a bush as cover. We also know that there's a borsig out there, but I think that borsig will probably be sitting in that wood around about D1 or E1, waiting for our guys to make a move. We've got the Mars and we've got the Barask. The Mars is very reluctant to go forward, but the Barask, he's got no fear. And he's just found the 416, went up the north side. The Mars found him. There's the Scorpion and the Borsig. He's going to go, he's letting it dial in. Now he goes, rounds out. This could be a kill. Oh, it is! And that's a Top Gun. Wow, that's really good, because now we're 1 up on the enemy. We know where the Scorpion is. We know where the 416 is. We can get rid of the Scorpion with just 1 shot. Just waiting for the reload to finish. The Barask has gone on to find the GW. Rounds out. This could be a kill. Oh, it overshot, stunned the guy. And he's pushing the wreck forward. You can see that. The wreck's moving. He's made it into a zombie. He's putting a bit of extra armor between him and our team. Now our Terminator tank, the T-832, has gone forward to try and counter the 416. No, can put a round into that 416 to just disable him? It falls short. That's unfortunate. The Scorpion also fired a round at our T-832. And that's kind of uneven because the T-832 doesn't have as many hit points as the 416 does. And we lose him. Okay, we reloaded. He's changed direction. Rounds out ahead of his path. It goes short again. So now he's down to 4 rounds. And there's only 3 enemies out there. The Lorraine 40-ton tank on the enemy team's a 1-shot. And he gets taken out by our Iron Arty. From quite some distance as well. I think the Brass was just highlighting him and letting the Iron Arty take the credit. So now it's 4 versus 2 with 2 minutes left on the clock. We have to assume that Scorpion is still there because he pushed that wreck up to give him a bit of extra cover. We're firing blind. And he got him! Oh my God, he worked it out! The guy was still sitting behind that wreck, using it for cover, and he sat there. We knew exactly where he was, and he's just nailed it for a 7th kill. And he's waiting on the reload for this Object 416. The Barask goes in, delivers 1 shell, goes back to try and get the other, rounds out. Always just made up a 1-shot. That's a Radley's. He's just earned a Radley Walters medal, 8 kills, and that is the end of the game. Well, the title of this video, this replay, actually does bring a laugh to my face, or because it's Psycho Killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Yeah, it's to do with the pop song from the 80s, and of course, I was at university in the 80s. So yes, it is amusing to say the least. And yes, this was an ace tanker for isocoated in the H-C-1 clan in the Lorraine 15551. He managed to get an ace tanker. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 13. He got a Radley Walters medal for getting at least 8 kills. He did get 8 exactly. And he got a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. But there's no high caliber. So we'll have to wonder why that happened. 5,123 was the win 8, so that's Super Unicum Standard and a bit more. Let's have a look at team score. That's the reason, right? The reason he doesn't have the high caliber is that the Barras does. Yes, he got a high caliber for 4,337 hit points of damage. In second place, it was the Object 416 on the enemy team with 3,374. And the third highest damage, well, that went to isocoated, who had 3,095 hit points of damage. And of course, he managed to get the most kills. When it came to kills, yep, he got 8 kills out of that one. So second place on damage, top place when it came to kills, 8. 3 kills went to the Barask and also to the Borsig on the enemy team. So yes, they were important kills on getting the Borsig, or it was an important kill because that was the major problem for us. And then 2 kills went to the Iron Arnie on our team, who also picked up a steel wall, the Object 416, the GW Tiger P, and their Lorraine 40 ton. And when it came to base XP, we can see the Brass picked up the highest with 1,541. Then we've got isocoated getting 1,207, and they were the only two who managed to get over 1,000 base in the game. And 906 went to the XM66F on our team. So you got second place on damage, top place when it came to kills, and second place when it came to base XP. And of course, the only guy who beat him was the Barask, who was being extremely useful during that game in actually finding out where the enemy was when we lost our lights. Anyway, let's have a look at detail. 26 shots fired. That's a lot of Arty shells in the game, but he was running low on ammo towards the end of the game. And well, this Arty doesn't carry a whole lot of ammunition. It actually only carries, according to my log, 28 rounds, if that is correct. I have to use the glasses now every now and then. Yes, so we had 2 rounds spare at the end of the game. So that last shot, it was only 2 away from getting the fence. 11 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot and 24 splash, 3,095 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. Now, I suspect that the penetrating shot actually was the Scorpion rather than the Borsig. So let's have a quick check and see, is it the Scorpion? Yes, it was. The guy sat behind the wreck he pushed forward as a bit of extra cover, but he just made himself a perfect target for isocoated, who used his brain to work out that, yeah, he had to be behind that wreck, using it. So we knew where he was, even if we couldn't actually see him. We could see where the wreck was, and we just had to aim directly behind it, and he would be sitting there waiting for the shell. So it was a case of fire and catch. Let's have a look at the rest of the detail. 13 direct hits on the enemy, so 13 enemy tanks damaged, 8 killed. So there was only 2 enemy vehicles he didn't touch in the game, and I think one of those was the GW Tiger P, who actually was found by the Barask in the end. 1,012 hit points of stun assist off 17 stuns. He actually earned a profit of 15,471 credits from the game. Didn't have to pay for consumables because, of course, he actually, probably like me, buys up in bulk beforehand. 1,810 experience points out of it as well. That was a brilliant game. It went down to the wire because, of course, there was only 1 minute and a quarter left on the clock. So it was getting tight on time. And at one point, there was 4 of them versus 2 of the enemy. And they had to find out where they were. But thanks to the Barass actually finding out where that 416 is, isocoated loaded his last shell and pumped it in and picked up a Radley Walters medal out of it. In fact, you can see here on this screen, you have to scroll the page in order to see all the enemy tanks he took out. There's the Borsig. He actually splash killed him because, of course, it was an open vehicle and he was well within the damage radius. So congratulations to isocoated. That was a really good battle for an Arty Radleys. Hope you enjoyed this battle. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.